best NBA players to ever exist.
Is going to be Lakers point
So
guard
let's get right into it.
Rajon Rondo. Is going to be Lakers point guard Rajon Rondo. While Rondo isn't one of the top point guards in the league anymore, he's still a very respectable player, getting 8 points and 5 assists, shooting 41% from the field and 35% from 3. At 2, we have Gordon Hayward, who's had one of the best storylines this season, proving his horrific injury is a thing of the past, getting 16 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists, shooting 43% from the field and 38% from 3. At number 1, it's going to be Golden State Warriors All-Star Klay Thompson. In 2016, they gave him the bag, signing him to a 10-year, $80 million contract. His involvement with the brand brings him to China quite consistently, which caused a series of China Klay memes. I don't think I need to provide too much reasoning on why Klay is the top Anta-athlete. He's one of the best shooters of all time and a top two-way player in the NBA. Next, we've got another Chinese brand in Li Ning. China is one of the biggest markets for the NBA outside of the United States, which is why we're seeing Chinese brands make a strong push to sign NBA talent. Just like Anta, there's only 3 current players. They've signed some of the NBA's best, such as Dwayne Wade and Shaquille O'Neal, but coming in at 3 for the current players, we have Atlanta Hawks small forward Evan Turner. Turner's been pretty disappointing this season, getting just 13 minutes and scoring only 3 points a game, shooting 38% from the field, but because of the lack of options, he does make the list. At 2, we have a former first-round pick, Glenn Robinson III. The first 5 years of his career weren't anything special, but this season, he's taken advantage of his increased role, getting 12 points and 5 rebounds a game. The top player representing Li Ning is 100% going to be CJ McCollum, who this year is getting 22 points per game. He signed with the company back in 2017 for an unknown amount with the convincing of his teammate and Li Ning partner Evan Turner. Next, we have the last of the Chinese-based brands in Peak. At 4, we have Matthew Dellavedova. At one point, he was one of the biggest difference makers on a team in the NBA Finals, but is now just getting 2.6 points a game, shooting 32% from the field, so I can't put him any higher. We start to pick it up at 3, where we have Lakers center Dwight Howard. This season, he's proven his worth as a very solid rotational defensive big man, and is going to be a big part of the Lakers team for the rest of the season. At 2, we're going to go with George Hill, who's having a very solid year as a member of the Milwaukee Bucks, getting 10 points on amazing efficiency. There's no competition for Lou Williams at the top spot. He's one of the top 6 men in the league, fresh off back-to-back 6 Man of the Year awards, and is currently getting 20 points and 6 assists, shooting 43% from the field and 38% from 3. For the last of the lesser-known brands, we have BBB or Big Baller Brand. This is the company started by LeVar Ball and the Ball family. Now, it dealt with some controversy recently with the co-founder Alan Foster, but while there are rumors it might be the end of the brand, they are still up and running. While Lonzo doesn't take the court anymore in Triple Bs, he's the closest thing they have to a sponsored athlete. And with them even having a launch,
What he played for first, then he went to Golden State Warriors, I guess, but let's go right back to it.
Ball's signature shoe, the brand makes the cut. Ball's signature shoe, the brand makes the cut. Lonzo was one of the most controversial players in the league, but this season, he's getting 6 rebounds and 6 assists. 12 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists a game. Next, we've got Puma, who's been making a big push recently to get in the door of the basketball shoe industry, signing top prospects ahead of the draft. At 5, we have the most recent 3rd overall pick in the draft, RJ Barrett. While no one's denying the potential, he's had some offensive struggles to start his career, which is why we have him here. Right now, he's getting 14 points, shooting less than 40% from the field and 31% from 3. At 4, we're going to go with Danny Green. He's not a high-volume scorer, but he knows his role and is one of the best 3-and-D players in the NBA. At 3, we've got Kyle Kuzma. He's been in a lot of trade rumors recently due to the Lakers win-now scenario, but he's still having a decent year, getting 13 points and 4 rebounds, shooting 35% from 3. Coming in at 2 is going to be last year's 2nd overall seasons, and is now averaging 10 points, shooting 39% from 3. 3 is going to be Will Barton, who's a very solid wing for the Denver Nuggets, getting 15 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists a game, shooting 45% from the field and 35% from 3. 2 is going to be pretty obvious. That's going to be one of the top centers in the league, Joel Embiid. In 2018, he signed a 5-year deal with Under Armour, making him the highest paid player at his position. Number 1 is going to be the face of the basketball side of this brand and 2-time MVP Stephen Curry. The story behind Curry signing with Under Armour is pretty crazy. Coming into the league, Stephen Curry
go into the NBA, but then at the age of about, I'd say 19 years old to 20 years old, he still had the face of a 14-year-old like what he looked like as 14.
And when it came time for a new contract, actually signed with Nike. And when it came time for a new contract, they brought him a pitch, and in this pitch, they started it off by addressing him with the incorrect
Middle school when he was 14.
pronunciation of his name, and then on the PowerPoint presentation, it featured Kevin Durant's name, most likely an outcome of reused material. After this, Curry felt Nike wasn't serious about him, and ahead of his NBA dominance, signed with Under Armour, which ended up being a game changer for the brand. This mistake cost Nike millions, if not billions of dollars. Next, we've got Jordan Brand, which is under the umbrella of Nike, but still signed athletes separately. 5 is going to be Russell Westbrook. Now, I really thought about putting the #1 pick in the draft, who hasn't even played an NBA minute yet, Zion Williamson. He was one of those coveted athletes going into this draft in terms of a shoe contract we've ever seen, but ultimately, I'm going to trigger people already having Westbrook at 5, so for now, Zion doesn't crack the list. Westbrook, again, is putting up his 24 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists, but has continued to struggle as a scorer, shooting just 43% from the field and 23% from 3. At 4, we've got Victor Oladipo. He's yet to take the court this season, but when he's out there, he's one of the best players at his position. 2 years ago.
If you guys did enjoy, please smash that sub button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in another video. Peace.